Your air is thick tonight, velvet heavy on the glass. I watch the moon drag its pale light across the floor. Nothing rushes here, everything waits. I hear the sound of one deep breath, and then the stillness follows.
I pulled the thread of patience taut until my fingers started to sting.
His clock on the mantle, it doesn't tick, darling, it just hums a long, low, quiet thing.
They said the time was flying fast,
but mine is anchored to the bone. Every day a heavy stone, I'm waiting for the harvest that this slow season has sown. You have you climbing up the wall, it doesn't strain or try to leap. It just grips tight and remembers the fall, trusting the promises it keeps.
I feel the years stacked high like undisturbed books upon the shelf.
I'm giving my weary heart a chance to finally know itself. This is a soul stretch of time, baby, measured not by minutes but by grace. I'm learning how to love the quiet space
where every shadow finds its place.
Let the river move, it suits our soul.
Let the healing water gently flow. This quiet waiting is the only way I know to watch the true colors start to show.
There's no use pushing on a door that's bolted from the inside.
You gotta sit down on the porch swing, let the tide decide.
And when the evening coolness settles and the cicadas start their low buzz,
You realize the rush was never real,
it never truly was. The sun dips down behind the oaks, paints the sky in bruised deep hues. I gather the whispered hopes, washing away the frantic blues. I used to curse the heavy pause, thought movement meant I had to strain. But stillness broke down all the rigid laws, letting sunlight through the pain. No, this is a slow stretch of time, baby, measured not by minutes but by grace.
I'm learning how to love the quiet space where every shadow finds its place. Let the river move itself so slow. Let the healing water gently flow. This quiet waiting is the only way I know to watch the true colors start to show.
Just slow, let it stretch on forever long. The sweet and heavy slow song of the dawn. Time is heavy, but it's strong.
Slow,
Slow,
slow.
ho, ho. 4 a.m. The city hasn't woken yet. The silence settles deep, no regret.
Just the heavy curtain filtering the blue, and this quiet space holding me and you.
The moment I know the engines are warming up outside. I know the urgency that they can't hide. Before this sacred, suspended minute here, there's only slow breath and zero fear. My armor's hanging, ready on the stand. But I won't reach for it with a hurried hand. Gotta feel the grounded floor beneath my soul before the spinning starts to take control.
I hear the distant hum, a low vibration, a promise of immediate escalation. I see the shadow creeping across the sill. The world is poised and waiting for the thrill.
But if I rush this stillness that I've found, I'll lose the root that keeps me tied and bound to the truth I need to carry through the noise, ignoring all the momentary shallow joys. This is the peace before the thunder. This is the quiet before the storm. I'm keeping this minute under a fragile glass to keep it warm before the rush consumes the daylight, before the pressure starts to climb so fast. I'm just breathing in this fading low light, praying this feeling's built to last. They tell you that you gotta hit the ground running,
but true power needs time for stunning.
recharge, reposition, find the center. Let the deep, slow, quiet be your mentor.
I'm collecting all my pieces one by one,
making sure my hardest preparation's done.
so when the door swings open and the bell rings true, I'll stand prepared, composed, and see it through.
The sun is finally broken, sharp and clean. A brand new golden stripe across the scene.
I feel the tension shifting in the air, but I'll wear this quiet mantle everywhere.
I'll carry this silence deep within my chest,
A pocket full of peace to put the day to test.
I'm ready for the frenzy, patient and serene, the calmest warrior the city's ever seen. This is the peace before the thunder. This is the quiet before the storm. I'm keeping this minute under fragile glass to keep it warm before the rush consumes the daylight, before the pressure starts to climb so fast. I'm just breathing in this fading low light, praying this feeling's built to last. Before the rush, just this slow breath, hold it. Yeah.
The world can wait for me to move. The world can wait for me to move. The world can wait for me to move.
The world is moving in a frantic blur, but here I am exactly where I were. I watch the people rushing to the train like silver droplets in a summer rain. Briefcases swinging and the busy feet echoing against the cold and morning street. I take a sip and feel the steam so rise, watching the chaos through my peaceful eyes.
The traffic lights are changing red to green, a silent movie in a frantic scene. But behind this glass, the air is warm and still. Time is bending to my quiet will.
The static of the city starts to fade away in the golden sanctuary of this dawning day. No more racing heart, no more silent fears, just the urban melody that finally clears. Just breathe, let the sunlight take the lead. In this steady rhythm, you'll find what you need, where the soul finds its home in a simple song, and the weary heart feels like it belongs. Breathe in the stillness, breathe out the race, finding your rhythm in this private space. around the window, the world is building speed, but I have found the only thing I need. A notebook open on the wooden sill, capturing the magic while the room is still. You don't have to join the rushing crowd today, just let the morning sunlight lead your way. The rhythm of the observer starts to beat in the quiet corner and the sunlit retreat. Just breathe, let the sunlight take the lead. In this steady rhythm you'll find what you need, where the soul finds its home in a simple song, and the weary heart feels like it belongs. Breathe in the stillness, breathe out the race, finding your rhythm in this private space. It's okay to watch while others run, to bask in the glory of the morning sun. The rhythm isn't lost, it's in your very soul, making this fragmented morning finally whole. Don't rush the hour, don't chase the light, everything is finally feeling so right. Just breathe, let the sunlight take the lead. In this steady rhythm you'll find what you need, where the soul finds its home in a simple song, and the weary heart feels like it belongs. Breathe in the stillness, breathe out the race, finding your rhythm in this private space. Find your rhythm, oh. Let your soul breathe. Behind a quiet glass, just breathe. Oh, oh, oh. Just breathe. The quiet hum of dawn, the world is still asleep. Just the promise of a golden flood while the city starts to creep.
I listen to your breathing, a prayer the silence keeps.
Clock says 6:05, but the shade is worn and thin. I see the first gold creeping where the morning light dives in. Your hand resting softly on the sheet beside my own. A simple kind of beauty, better than the riches I have known.
City sounds are muted, just the distant highway sigh, washing yesterday's sorrow clean beneath the deep blue sky. I trace the outline of your smile before you open up your eyes, realizing that renewal always comes as a surprise.
Oh, the daylight serenade, that golden chord you play, it chases every shadow they try to steal my day. It's the sweetest kind of freedom, rising slow and true. All my tired soul needs is to watch the dawn with you.
I remember nights when the darkness held me tight.
Couldn't find a switch, couldn't summon up the guiding light, but every single sunrise proves the struggle had a purpose. We survived the cold to meet the light, right here on the surface. Now the coffee's brewing strong, the day has officially begun.
Ready to face the trouble because we've already faced the sun.
Hand in hand across the floor, stepping into the unknown, knowing we don't have to walk through this world alone. Oh, the daylight serenade, that golden chord you play, it chases every shadow that tried to steal my day. It's the sweetest kind of freedom, rising slow and true. Oh, all my tired my soul needs is to watch the dawn with you. Daylight serenade, yeah, watch the dawn.
Yeah, watch the dawn with you.
The sunlight always finds its way. Serenade until tomorrow comes. The velvet dark is fading low, a silence before the wind will blow. Just the echo of a breath held tight, waiting for the fragile light. I trace the rim of the window pane, washing away the midnight stain. See the world inverted, whole and clean, caught inside a microscopic sheen. A tiny mirror holding the sky, where the heaviest burden learns to fly.
It's the sound of a promise whispered soft, the one you swore you wouldn't scoff, like finding rhythm in the rain slow beat, or the bitter taste that turns to sweet. I'm searching for that singular note, the clarity that catches in my throat.
This is the Dewdrop Melody, sung just for the fragility. A silver tear upon the leaf, defying gravity and grief. It rings so clear, it rings so true, showing me the simple view. Oh, listen close to the water's chime, stealing back a sliver of time. When the sun gets high, it all evaporates, leaving dust and hurried fates.
But if you catch it just before it goes, the purest knowledge that the spirit knows, we build our fortress out of stone and steel, when all the strength we need is how we feel.
I won't chase the thunder, won't seek the blinding flash.
I'll stay right here within this gentle crash.
For every giant ocean starts so small,
Contained completely before the fall.
I keep this moment pressed into my mind, the quiet truth the daylight couldn't find. This is the Dewdrop Melody, sung just for the fragility.
A silver tear upon the leaf, defying gravity and grief.
It rings so clear, it rings so true, showing me the simple view. Oh, listen close to the water's chime, stealing back a sliver of time. Just a sliver of time. Oh, the water's chime. Hold on to the clear light fading slow. Dewdrop melody, never forget. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I hear the whistle through the morning mist, a world that's waiting and a sky that's kissed by the first long fingers of the rising sun, telling me the journey has already begun.
The neighbor's gate is creaking open wide, while I am watching from the warm inside. A symphony of life in the waking street, where the dreams of old and the new days meet.
The distant rumble of the city train is like a heartbeat or a soft refrain. The static in the distance starts to call in clear, in the honest music that I love to hear. The light is catching on the weather vane, turning every loss into a steady gain. No more racing pulses, no more silent fears, just the urban melody that finally clears. Just breathe, let the sunlight take the lead. Ooh, in this moving rhythm you'll find what you need, where the soul finds its home in a simple song, and the weary heart feels like it belongs. Breathe in the echo, breathe out the still, hearing the calling from the golden hill.
Beyond the station, the world starts to race, but I am moving at my own steady pace. A notebook open, catching the morning sound, while I am rooted to this peaceful ground.
You don't have to say a single word out loud, just listen to the hum of the morning crowd. The rhythm of the village is starting to beat in the morning window and the sunlit retreat. Just breathe, let the sunlight take the lead. Ooh, in this moving rhythm you'll find what you need, where the soul finds its home in a simple song, and the weary heart feels like it belongs. Breathe in the echo, breathe out the still, hearing the calling from the golden hill. It's okay to feel the world begin to pull,
To let the morning energy be bright and full.
the rhythm isn't lost, it's in the distant track, taking you forward, never looking back. Don't rush the departure, don't chase the light. Everything is finally feeling so right. Just breathe, let the sunlight take the lead. In this moving rhythm you'll find what you need, where the soul finds its home in a simple song, and the weary heart feels like it belongs. Breathe in the echo, breathe out the still, hearing the calling from the golden hill. Find your rhythm, let your soul breathe. Distant echo, just breathe. The air is cooling down low, deep violet hue.
Just waiting for the quiet truth to break through.
The city's sound is hushed, a steady low hum. I know exactly where I belong when 8 o'clock comes.
Clock hand creeping, silver shine on the glass, watching the shadows fall where the long day passed.
There's no hurry here, there's no frantic call, just the gentle promise hanging over the wall. The way the last light hits the floor just right, it's the peace that follows the hard blinding light. A soft deep breath before the velvet moon takes hold. Remember rushing through the heat, the constant need, planning a future, ignoring the present seed. Now everything's slow, everything's truly sweet, that vinyl crackle playing at our feet. We don't need loud talk or a grand display,
Just this quiet corner where the trouble fades away.
that 8 o'clock glow, it burns so slow. It's the moment I know where my whole soul must go. It's not the harsh sun, just the ember soft prayer, hanging heavy in the deepening evening air. Yeah, the city outside fades out, but this light holds tight, that steady, soulful 8 o'clock night. shadows, the doubt.
Trying hard just to figure things out.
But when the world leans in and starts to quiet down,
that's when the truth refuses to drown.
this feeling washes over me heavy and real. This is the only way I ever wanna feel.
To blur the edge, I stand on the promise of an unspoken pledge. You could offer me diamonds, you could offer me fame, but nothing holds heat like this residual flame.
This hour is sacred, a resting spot for grace. The true reflection shining on your face. That 8 o'clock glow, it burns so slow. It's the moment I know where my whole soul must go. It's not the harsh sun, just the amber soft prayer, hanging heavy in the deepening evening air. Yeah, the city outside fades out, but this light holds tight. That steady, soulful 8 o'clock night, just to blow the slow.
Steady
Yeah, 8 o'clock knows, it always knows where to find me.
No, da, 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 da,
Just settle so upon the window pane. Another evening faded out in shades of gray. I was searching for a whisper, praying for the rain to wash away the weight I carry, and living the echo of a love that died last year. Kept my head down low, just drowning out the fear. My heart was a rusted compass spinning nowhere near the true north I swore I know. I walked through thick air, thick as doubt and smoke. Every word I spoke was just a beautiful joke. And then the silence dropped heavy like a stone, and I heard the truth ringing through my bones. It wasn't the darkness silence I had darted, it was the darkness I had burned.
Comfortable keeping the lights low, I saw the pot open in the lies I told myself for peace.
Suddenly the ache began to cease. Oh, flicker of clarity burning through the mist.
Just a second long, the purest moment I have kissed. Shattered the illusion, showed me what I missed. And now I can't go back, holding on to this.
That sacred stinging, sudden flicker of clarity. I spent so long convincing myself that the shadows were the only place I belonged. Freedom is a lonely, necessary song, and even if the dark turns before the dawn, I know the light exists. Now I have to move on. This sudden vision cut the chains right off my soul. I finally feel something making me whole. I swept the remnants of the sorrow from the floor. Unlike the deadbolt that was guarding the front door. I don't need the whole answer, just the faint to ask for more. Glimpse of light is all the strength I need to plant a new seed where the weeds used to grow wild. Finally standing tall, a clear-eyed child. Oh, flicker of clarity burning through the mist. Just a second long, the purest moment I have kissed. Shattered the illusion, showed me what I missed. Now I can't go back, holding on to this. That sacred stinging, sudden flicker of clarity. Just a flipper. Can't unsee the truth, honey. Oh, the clarity remains. Fit out on the burning light. Flicker of clarity. Clarity. Just a sliver of sun in the crack of the door. Nothing solid to hold, nothing worth waiting for. But look closer now, watch the way the light breathes before the heavy darkness interweaves.
This room is mostly silence, draped in grey cloth. A lifetime of letting go, a season of frost.
I swept up the corners, polished the wood clean, but the quiet still echoes the spaces in between. Except when the morning decides to lean in slow and shows me the beauty where nothing should grow. See the particles dancing, suspended in grace. Little ghosts of the past I can no longer trace. Is that yesterday's laughter, a teardrop that dried? Evidence that something once lived deep inside. Floating, suspended, defying the heavy cold.
Proof that even emptiness can stand up tall.
They're golden dust motes caught in the beam. Proof that the darkness is just a bad dream. Illuminated remnants of what used to be here. A sparkle of truth that cuts through the fear. Oh, the smallest of things hold the heaviest weight. Sunlight through sorrow, it opens the gate. I used to chase sunsets that stretched out too far, searching for solace behind a fading star.
But the real illumination lives right where you stand. Just a pinprick reflection held safe in the hand. And you showed me the whole universe passing by in the brief, fragile moment when shadows comply. Westward, the window grows dim. My vision is blurring, reaching for the hymn. But I know where the light truly belongs. It's stored in the deep places, waiting for the songs essence isn't gone. It just hides in the fibers until the new dawn.
They're golden dust motes caught in the beam, proof that the darkness is just a bad dream. Illuminated remnants of what used to be here, a sparkle of truth that cuts through the fear. Oh, the smallest of things hold the heaviest weight. Sunlight through sorrow, it opens the gate. Golden motes falling slow,
Letting the light just overflow.
hold that fragile truth now. A charcoal stick and a pristine white sheet, where the shadows of night and the morning light meet. I watch the sun crawl across the wooden floor, opening up a quiet and a creative door. The dust motes are suspended in a golden ray, as I find the first line of this brand new day. The world is a model perfectly still and bright, waiting to be captured in the morning light.
I trace the curve of a coffee cup's rim, letting the static of the world grow dim. The focus in my eyes begins to sharpen and clear in the honest conversation I'm having right here. The
Light is changing with every breath I take.
in the beautiful marks that the graphite can make.
No more racing heart,
No more silent fear.
it's just the artistic melody that finally clears. Just breathe, let the sunlight take the lead.
In this creative rhythm you'll find what you need,
Where the soul finds its home in a simple song.
and the weary heart feels like it belongs.
Breathe in the vision, breathe out the blur, finding the magic in exactly where you were. Beyond the window, the trees are a splash of green.
A living masterpiece that is waiting to be seen. A notebook open, catching the amber glow.
Watching the spirit and the charcoal start to flow. You don't have to say a single word today, just let the lines in the sunlight lead the way. The rhythm of the artist is starting to beat
In the morning studio,
in the soft retreat. Just breathe, let the sunlight take the lead. In this creative rhythm you'll find what you need, where the soul finds its home in a simple song.
and the weary heart feels like it belongs.
Breathe in the vision, breathe out the blur, finding the magic in exactly where you were. It's okay to let the edges be soft and
To
wide.
let the creative energy be your only guide.
The rhythm isn't lost, it's in the steady hand.
Everything is finally starting to feel grand.
Don't rush the porch,
Don't chase the light.
everything is finally feeling so right. Just breathe, let the sunlight take the lead. In this creative rhythm you'll find what you need, where the soul finds its home in a simple song, and the weary heart feels like it belongs. Breathe in the vision, breathe out the blur, finding the magic in exactly where you were.
Find your rhythm.
Let your soul breathe.
The lines of light.
Just breathe.